Hello YouTube, it is G-Force and we are here today in the G-Spot to do just a little bit different video than what we've ever done before. I'm gonna try to show y'all how to make one of these little ammo crates. So yeah, not a lot of money in it. You just some craft sticks, some glue, a little bit of elbow grease, and you got yourself a little prop for your figures. So let me get set up and we will try to show you as easily as I can put it how to build one of these. So come along. So what you will need to build one of these crates is I use two different size craft sticks. Okay, so this is the thicker tongue depressor size craft stick that I use to do the banding on it, and then I've already pre-cut the thinner ones, so you will see that later in the video. Got little pieces here, so very simple. What I will do is put a supply list and a cut list of what you will need to build that. Laid out here in front of us, I used a bandsaw. You'll see that. You can use any kind of saw you have. A little hand saw would work. You could probably even do it with an X-Acto knife. Just take a little more patience with an X-Acto knife, and cutting this many craft sticks is not fun doing it by hand. So if you have the power tools, I would suggest that. Got a little bit of sandpaper. You could use an emery board, nail file. Got a small wire brush just to get some texture on it. Got some wood glue and some clamps. So let me get reset up and I will show you how I start. got our short pieces cut and our 4-inch pieces cut. Let's go make some crates. Alright, so in order to make these, what I like to do is line them up and use some painter's tape just to try to help me, and then just give them a little sand. Try to get them as even as possible, get all the splintery bits off. And I mean, painter's tape's not foolproof, it'll move a little bit. And as you can see by the ends, they're not perfect. You're making weapons crates. They don't have to be 100% identical. Just trying to make them choo-choo so nobody gets hurt if they're handling them. And again, you can come back through and touch them up a little at the end once you have everything built. You don't have to make them perfect right off the get-go. And I like to sand over something just so I don't make such a mess, 'cause this is the table I do my action figure reviews on. Hit the corners a little bit. Like I say, knock all those little burrs and stuff off. Those, and we got the 2-inch versions. Sanding's so much fun to watch. It's the best part of any woodworking project. I know you guys are riveted right now. And then we go to the fatter ones. And that's most of the sanding done. Alright, let's go to the next step, shall we? Alright, so the next step I will say is optional. If you would like to, you can take a wire brush and just add a little more texture to your sticks. I don't think it's necessary. I mean, they already look wood-like. So, I mean, putting those grooves and stuff in them, it adds a little texture if you'd like. I don't think it's necessary, however. So, to each their own with that one. So, with an example here, of course I don't have a small ruler with me, but right about 2 inches apart right there on the strapping for each panel. So what I do is I set up the panels first. So we'll take 5 thin sticks, put these 2 towards the ends, and then every other subsequent panel, you just base off of that one to get them to line up. There should be a little bit of overhang on these dimensions that I'm giving you. That's okay. We can just run with it. So let's lay out 5 of these. Try to get them as similar in length as you can. It doesn't really matter if they're not straight, if there's cracks in it, because it's a crate. It's made out of crappy wood usually, and it's just meant to hold things in it. So, and we'll take 2 of these, fat boys. We'll space them out. And then what we'll do is we will end up gluing those together. We'll use our clamps to hold some on. I like to use a T-square just so I can get them as square as possible. And I will try to show you some of that here in the next clip. Okay, so you got them all laid out against your straight edge. That's fine. Let's take a little wood glue. And it doesn't take much, guys. You don't have to overload it with glue because you will get squeeze out. And then very gently place it. And like I said, there's a little bit of overhang on each side. And that allows us to connect the side. This is the bottom right now. So that will allow us to connect the side pieces and have a registration point. So now I'm just going to take something heavy and stick it on there. All right. On for number 2. And just a little bit of overhang on each side. Try to make it as even as possible. And I do this all by eye. I don't really mess around too much with measuring or anything like that. So let's try to find something else heavy I can put across both of them. All right, not finding that thing I was looking for. So what we will do, set something light on there and something heavy on top. So you let that dry a little bit. Then you can put the clamps on it if you want. And then it's just rinse and repeat, guys. So you're going to do that for the 2 sides, the bottom, and the top. Okay. So we'll let that cure and then we will work on the next one. Okay, I'm back with a little bit of camera magic here. We have 4 of them in the clamps all set up, drying. So we will let that cure and then we will continue on to the rest of it. The side panels are made pretty much the same way. You're going to take 5 of these shorter pieces, lay them out side by side, and then just connect them with 2 other short pieces. So this one's a little different. I made that one with wide stuff, the wide tongue depressors. The other one is made with the shorts, or the thins, whatever I'm trying to say, these guys, as opposed to the thicker ones. So you're just going to line 5 of those side by side, take 2 others, lay them perpendicular, and glue and clamp them, and those will be your ends. So let me get those done and we'll come right back for you guys. Okay, so here are the ends and clamps. And this is a handy little tool. Catch some of that glue squeeze out. Just wipe it on a paper towel. And it cleans it up a little bit, but not a necessary step, just however you want to do it. That's a good thing about crafts, is you can do what you want. Isn't a right way, a wrong way, as long as it looks good. So there you have it. Those are the four sides and the ends. And once they are dry, I will resume this video and show you guys how they go together. All right, see you in a little while. So here we are with all of our components glued up, and now it's time for the assembly, which I find to be probably the trickiest part because you're waiting for glue to dry, you have pieces at right angles and things like that, so and there's not a lot of glue surface when you do it this way. If you were to trim down these little extra bits, it would probably go together a little better with the glue surface and stuff, but we're just gonna crack on here. So it helps if you open the bottle. But I'm gonna try to put a little glue right in that area and then just kind of gently add some glue there. Now here comes a tricky bit. Trying to line things up. And what I like to do is take just a block of wood to aid in where it's going, and maybe even so what I did is I angled it because I'm going to put the other side on as well, and I need something for them to stand up against. So rinse and repeat. And you really want to try to control how much glue you're adding to this, because it'll squeeze out everywhere. So again, just trying to line things up. Block of wood here. Try to get them as square as possible, and I like to put the top on to get my spacing correct for that. So we got to let that dry for a bit, then we'll put on the ends and we can call it done. So be right back for you guys. Alright, that's given a little chance to dry, so let's do the ends, get them starting to dry as well so we can wrap this up. Right. The back side here. little trimming on the top. I think it's a little big in one spot, so we will do that and get her to fit a little better. Alright, so there we have it. That is my take on the weapons crate. So, yeah, just fun little project out of some craft sticks, popsicle sticks, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, we got one set up here with some weapons in it. Tops come off, you know, fun stuff. Little world building. I use them for my G.I. Joes and stuff like that. But if I'm being totally honest, this was not my favorite type of video to make. I do enjoy the toy hunts and the unboxings and reviews and stuff like that, but this tutorial was a little more difficult. You had to wait in between shots and stuff for the glue to dry and things like that, so maybe with a little more practice I'll get a little better at it. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Best of luck to you all on your next toy hunt. Please be nice to each other out there. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you on the next one.